Hey, 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 beautiful heart. What's vibin'? How are you today? All right. We're going to jump right in to this reading. I wasn't sure what I was going to do this morning, so I just started meditating. And as these came out, because for those of you who don't know, when I meditate before these readings, I intuitively grab some of the different decks and I just shuffle as I'm meditating. What cards come out, that's what I go with. And then I turn on the camera and we jump in. I read intuitively. So, what I was picking up on, I knew I was going to do a love connection reading. I haven't done one in a couple of weeks. But what really came through, I was picking up on a lot of fear, not a lot of communication, but and obviously by the time you're watching this, you already know what the title is. As of right now, recording it, I don't know what the title is. But, anyways, this is a soulmate type of connection. For some of you, it could be a twin flame. If you don't know what that means, you don't, buy into all of that, that is perfectly okay. I say that for those who know that they're on that journey. And that is really um, what they define their connection by. Hey, more power to you. So, this could definitely be a high level soulmate, a soulmate connection, twin flame, something like that. Now, with all that being said, just because I throw out those labels doesn't always mean it's romantic, okay? For many of you, you're tuning in because it absolutely is romantic, and that's fine. This is not a one size fits all. Nope, nope, nope. This is get in where you fit in, all right? My readings are timeless. Doesn't matter when it was recorded. When you're seeing it is when it's meant for you. I am drawing on the current energy, but that doesn't mean that it's not for you if you're seeing this a week later, a month later, a year later, whatever. We're all at different places on our timeline. We're all moving through this journey at different speeds, and that is perfectly okay. All right. So, with that being said, let's jump in. When I was picking up on that energy of fear, I did grab this deck over here. I know it has something to do with the heart. Sorry, don't remember the name of it exactly. But, anyways, starting out, this is card number 8, Fearful Heart. It's time to shine. Yeah. You may have done a lot of work on yourself to really not come from this place of fear like you would have, let's just say, a year ago. Doesn't mean this still isn't playing out in the background. Guys, I think most of us come onto this awakening journey with this false belief that, oh, yeah, once I address my inner child, address my shadow, really start to understand how everything works, understand what universal laws are, really get a hold of my beliefs, my thinking, my feeling, then it's going to be like a, magic wand, bippity boppity boo, everything is perfect. No, only Boo Boo the Fool believes that. Because anybody who has been on this path any amount of time is going to tell you that is straight up BS. And it is. Here's the thing, our body is multi levels. We are a multi body system: mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. We have to clear on each of these levels. So, with this fearful heart, fear is the lowest vibration to tune into. Ironically, that is the vibration the matrix is built on, fear and doubt. When people are in fear, they're easily controlled. They will buy into anything. Don't believe me? Turn on the news. Walk outside. Go to the store. Look around. People are moving around in fear. Powers that be, media, big corporations, politicians, whatever, wrap them all in the bucket. What is the common denominator and how do they control the masses? Fear. They instill fear, give, false programs, and then get people to get mad at each other or want to fight each other. Don't even get me started on the whole war stuff. It's absolutely a tragedy. It's ridiculous when you know the fuller truth. We are all one race, okay? We are the I am creator race. You may identify as American, Italian, Spanish, Indian, African American, whatever. Those are different classifications. Yes, I know through education, the way the system's been, and all this fear and um, all of this BS, we have race wars. We have all of these different identities and going way, 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 way back, all the different genocides against different groups and things like that. It's so ignorant. If people would really take the time and understand truth, get out of fear and doubt, and really go all the way back, they're going to find doesn't matter Palestinian, Israeli, Jew, um, Italian, Scottish, whatever. We're all one race. So why is it okay to attack each other? It's absolutely not. Okay. I did not mean to get off on that. Let's just get back to the reading. We all got things to do. All right. So anyways, this fearful heart, honestly, guys, this is more of a habit. Fear absolutely becomes a habit because it's a program. Fear was instilled into all of us. We picked it all up when we were younger, between 0 and 7. Our brains are in theta state. What does that mean? Constant record. We are constantly recording everything from our senses. A great visual or a movie to watch to understand that concept, you have to go back into the 80s, and it's called Short Circuit. Johnny Five. You could Google it, all of that. But really, Johnny Five, in my metaphor, in my analogy, he is like us when we were 0 to 7. Technically, I mean, he's a robot, but if he was a human, it would be theta state. He is just absorbing information and energy and things like that from what he's seen, sensing, hearing, touching, reading, all of the senses. And he's just overloading himself on all of this data. That's what happened with us when we were younger, based on the different environments, the beliefs of our caregivers, the things that we saw, whether it was in the family, TV, society, whatever. That all has gotten written on our cells. That helped create altered ego. All of that was based in doubt and fear. So it has been playing out in our lives over and over and over. So now, for those of you who are now more high vibrational, you're more in 5D, you're leaving matrix 3D. A lot of this is fear. It's an old habit. We learn to survive out of fear. We also were taught that you can't trust your heart. You got to trust your mind. Guys, that is opposite. That is backwards. That's how it is in the matrix. That is not how it is in 5D. 5D, you got to be all in with your heart. Your heart is what you can trust. 5D, you know your mind is altered ego's playground. You know how easy it is to gaslight yourself, talk yourself in and out of things. So for those of you that are going through this connection, that you're feeling fearful, you're afraid that this may be over, or this person doesn't care the way you thought they did, or maybe you're thinking because this has been no contact for a little while, or very, and when I talk about contact, I'm talking 3D, text, emails, phone calls, FaceTime, Zoom, social media, whatever, even in person. But we learned how to survive. The big thing here is releasing this fear. For these types of connections, when we're not in contact with the person, it doesn't mean out of sight, out of mind. Doesn't mean they don't care, what we shared or what we talked about, what have you, wasn't truth. Doesn't mean that at all. Just like you, they're going through things. They're walking through their journey. Now, guys, I'm not on anybody's side. I'm just here to read the energy, and shine light on what is going on. Lovers, of course. So, for those of you in these high level soulmate connections, these periods of whether it's separation, no contact, what have you, that is when you guys are working through things on your own. In the 5D, there is no time and space. There's no barrier with energy. And in the 5D, you know that there is no loss. There is no disconnect. This is talking about releasing the fear in the 3D. Number 9, deep heart, believe in divine destiny. Absolutely. Goes hand in hand with this. Trust the process. Don't trust your past experiences. Your past experiences cannot be trusted. Your past experiences were 3D based. They were based on that programming of doubt and fear. This is trusting your heart, trusting the divine, trusting the process. Number 34, divinely connected heart. Yeah. What was I just saying? In 5D, we're connected. The hearts are connected. We're one. I love the energy of this card. And I'm going to explain it. This one says, meet your karma. Another falsity that people have when getting on this awakening path is that, you start turning towards the truth, coming from a more authentic place, that your karma just goes away. No, it doesn't. We build up karmic debt. And just like we build up karmic debt, we also build up karmic reserves that are karmic dividends, if you want to say it that way. But so karma is basically what you put out, not so much with your thoughts, it's with your feelings. When you have a thought, you have a feeling that matches it. Now you have a thought form that goes out from you. And it goes out and it's going to seek whatever you feel. And it is going to find something that aligns with that feeling, that is stronger, and it's going to bring it back to you. So if you have wished people ill intent, been upset with them, been mad, whatever, or you've done things to other people, intentionally or unintentionally, that's caused harm, or it's been out of the 5 human habits, judgment, guilt, condemnation, blame, or shame, that is karmic debt. And it can also be karmic reserves or dividends as well based on what's going out. In other words, you're filling up these karmic accounts. When you get on this awakening path and you start changing, looking at all your beliefs, all of this awakening path, why does it seem so intense at times? Why is it so up and down? Make no mistake about it. You are clearing karmic debt. But here's the thing. Karmic debt is finite. In other words, it's not infinite. You're not always going to be clearing it. On this path, you're learning not to create more karmic debt. You're learning to create karmic dividends. And right now, this is a process. And when these higher soul connections, what appears in the 3D to separate, you're really both going through a time of clearing karmic debt. We clear karmic debt through different experiences and situations. But remember, I said it's finite. That means at some point on your journey, your debt is paid. You owe no more karmic debt. Once you've hit that, guess what? Now your karmic dividends come in. You can start drawing from that account. Karmic dividends are the good karma you've put out. So for those of you that get into this fearful heart and sit there and go, but I do all of this for other people. Why don't people show up for me? You know, I would do this. Guys, realize that's you. Not everybody approaches life that way, but don't get into those lower judgmental thoughts around it. You don't want to create more karmic debt. Everything that you did from the pureness of your heart and out of love created a karmic dividend. That has to come back to you. It's not going to come back when you're in a lower vibration, because then it's not going to come forth the way that it needs to be. So you are on this process of balancing the accounts, okay? So both of you are going through this at this time. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. That came out of nowhere. And you guys already know anything that happens during a reading, there's no coincidence. Excuse me. Like I said, that came out of nowhere. This disconnect definitely feels like it came out of nowhere. Things were going fine. You were feeling good and confident, and then just boom. What happened? Not hearing anything. This is your opportunity to know your self-worth, know your value, not to go into fear, recognize life has a rhythm. This is a rhythm for you to pull back, really decide to focus on you, your emotions, your worth, your value. And whatever this repeating pattern has been coming up, the repeating pattern is this inner dialogue, your thoughts, your story that was kicked up, or, you know, that play button was pushed when you haven't heard from this person. What's that inner dialogue? What is that on repeat? That is talking to you. That is letting you know, hey, here's some more karmic debt. Here's a root. This is what you need to look at, release, work through and release so that you guys can move forward. You're doing it and they're doing it. You guys do need to separate energies at times so that you can focus on you. With these three cards coming out, Lovers, Queen of Cups, and Ace of Cups. Guys, you can't make this up. You watched me shuffle this deck. These came out. This reconfirms this is a soulmate, twin flame, high level connection. The feelings are there. You guys each have to choose you. Lovers is a choice card. Each one of you needs to choose yourself first. Learn how to love yourself first. Give these things to yourself first. What you are wanting from somebody else, you cannot authentically receive that from somebody until you give it to yourself first. I'm not going to take the time to explain all of that right now, but there is a whole thing around that. You are the creator of your experiences in your world. You cannot have an experience before you give it to yourself. I know some of you are going, that doesn't even make sense, blah, blah, blah. Drop it into your heart. Let it marinate in your heart. Your mind is going to just kick you all day long because it doesn't want you to get it. Do not talk against yourself for having that big heart, for being sensitive, for over loving. You are not too much. Okay? Own how amazing you are. That loving heart, that sensitive heart, that is not a weakness. That really is an asset. And it really is a source of power and truth when you learn to harness it. Owning your worth, not basing your worth on what somebody else says or does. That's this big message. Because when you have expectations on somebody else, or you need somebody outside of you to validate you, you activate the fearful heart. You will always keep yourself back and defeat yourself when you come from this. Right now, this lesson is about you owning you, owning your authenticity, you falling in love with you. As you do this, you are opening that energetic pathway between your soulmate. And for those of you that are on the twin flame journey, guys, we are all mirrors to each other, but twin flames share a unique base footprint, soul print, however you want to put it. Again, I'm not going to go into that here, but what you do, especially hear me well, if you relate to the divine feminine, if that's how you're seeing yourself right now, guys, you know there's no gender in tarot. I'm not talking about the physicality. You can relate as a divine feminine and be in a male body, okay? I'm speaking energy. So for those of you that are aligned with the divine feminine energy, yes, you are leading the pack right now. The divine masculines are going through a huge shift and change as the patriarchal systems that have been in place forever are coming down. It's the matriarchal system that is coming on board. It's the matriarchal energy that comes from love. So again, the divine feminine energy, this sensitive love energy is what's leading the way. But what work you do on yourself, your twin, your soulmate, they are connected to you. They feel it. You are opening a pathway for them to follow. And you don't even ever have to have a word come out of your mouth. Six of Cups in reverse. This is saying, this is going back into this fearful heart, the doubt and the fear over this connection. This is saying, hey, spend this time tapping in to your inner child. Your inner child needs to hear you. Your inner child is not going to accept validation from anybody but you. Your inner child always needed your love, your validation, and your support. When we were younger, it didn't translate that way. We wanted it from our parents, our grandparents, other people, whatever. You're on this journey. It's you. You need you. Your inner child needs you. Sometimes all you need to do when you get into this is just take yourself out of the mix for a moment, energetically wrap your arms around your inner child and just say, I got you. I love you. I love you. I got you. I'm not going to abandon you. Because for a majority of you, this fearful heart brings up abandonment and rejection. That has been the overwhelming theme that keeps coming up. It really kicked up January, February, leading into March. Let it go in March. You do not need to keep carrying this anymore. Yeah, 7 of Cups in reverse. Bringing your energy in, not scattering it, not just kind of being like, well, whatever. Bringing balance, balancing your emotions and your thoughts, coming from a place of balance, meaning getting out of fear and doubt, trusting the process, knowing that everything is always working out for you, and that the work that you're putting in for you will affect your soulmate. Guys, this is just a moment in time. This isn't over by any means. This is a golden opportunity for you to clear some karma, get rid of those roots, and what you're doing for you, you are helping your soulmate. Communication will come back around. That's here. March is a powerful month. We've got the eclipse, this new moon coming up, full moon, the eclipse season kicking off. Guys, expect communication more towards the end of March. Use this time not to sit in a diaper and wallow and look at what's wrong with me. Why can't they choose me, or compare yourself to anybody else? That's all that lower vibration. It's all doubt and fear. This is your opportunity to get rid of it. Change up your communication with yourself and watch as the life that you desire starts to come in. All right, you guys. I hope that helped. If you need assistance, want me to look into your specific relationship or situations, March is the month to do that. I am doing a blowout special for March only. Check it out. It is in the description box below. All right, you guys. As always, I am sending you oceans and oceans of love. From my heart to yours, Alakai, Alakai, Alakai.